Welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. I'm Jeff Allison, and thank you for watching.
Hey guys, welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. Today I'm back on the dash for the Chevelle, and as you're going to see in the video, let me back up. The reason you hadn't seen an episode in a while on this is because I was frustrated with it and decided that I was not going to continue with the method I was doing, and that was I had this 18 gauge sheet metal in here, and just like I kept warning you guys about putting too much heat in there, I ended up putting too much heat in there and I warped it. Well, that was bad enough, but then on top of that I cut it out, put a new panel in, and that was somewhere between video 2 and 3 or something like that, and I warped another one. And so got frustrated, I put this aside. It's probably been a month since I looked at it, and what I decided to do today is to cut this 18 gauge sheet metal out and put in some 11 gauge. And I'm sorry, not 11 gauge, 14 gauge. I thought about using some 16 gauge, and I'm going the next step. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that 14 gauge in. That should give me plenty of room for the heat. Some of these gauges are very close together, so that's gonna give me some extra strength between them, and I'm hoping that with the thicker steel, the 14 gauge, I'll be able to get some heat in there and get this all welded up today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get on that right now. I'll probably put this in time lapse and let you guys watch it in fast motion, and we'll get this done. Okay, guys, you can see I finally got to draw that video and all the, I don't know, it's been about 4.5 hours. By the time I cut the old panel out, trimmed the new one, and then welded it in. I still have to weld along this upper seam where it meets the original dash, but I want to weld as much of that as I can from the back side. It's all going to get a very thin coat of filler and primed and all that, but I want to try and fill all that or weld it all from that backside as much as possible. and for that it's got to be out of the frame. So before I get out of the frame though, I want to go ahead and get a couple of the holes cut and drilled for the different gauges and get those kind of set in. So I just took one of the original panel that I made with everything drawn out on it, found my center lines on the dash and over the column and lined everything back up. So I punched, marked them and punched them. I'll go ahead and drill the holes for the corners, and then I can begin the process of cutting all that out. Anyway, I also kind of fit the glove box door, so what I got left there is I've got to figure out how to do a latch for that. So that's to work on. As far as today, I'm going to go ahead and get these holes cut, or at least get a couple of them cut and get a few pieces in here. And then I can make sure everything fits the way we wanted. The solution there was 11 gauge steel, or not 11, 14 gauge. So 11 gauge, I thought about using some of that because I do have some here, but it's so heavy that I was just afraid I was just adding weight for no reason. So the 14 gauge gave me plenty of strength, took the heat very well, and now got a nice flat panel, and should have obviously done that from the beginning rather than messing with this 18 gauge. In fact, when I cut this first piece of 18 gauge out, that should have been the hint that it wasn't working so well. But we got it, and continue moving on here. Okay guys, I know they're not showing up real well, but I've got all the circles drawn in again on the panel, and I laid out where the stereo is going and the two AC vents, and there's actually back over that direction one more air conditioner vent and another air conditioner vent down here. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get some of these cut out, and then I'm going to have to, I don't have the exact hole size here, so what I'm going to do is get the closest hole size I can that's undersized, and then I'll just grind out to my markings. And I don't know if you can see it or not on the scratched lines in here, but try and go ahead and get all these cut out and set so I can get the get this dash done. A little bit of grinding, and of course I still need to weld this upper lip here, but can't get to it from the back side the way it is. I'm trying to get as much work as I can done here, and then I'll come back and take this off the frame and weld from the back. So that's the next part of the project here. Well guys, that's it for this week. Got the DIN mount in, one vent. I just got to do some more filing around this one, sanding, and get the next vent in, and then I'll, over the next couple days, well actually the next couple days I'm going to be out of town, so next time I get a chance to work on this, I'll get this vent in and start getting these gauges in, and the two air conditioner vents on the corners. But for now, that's it. Sorry it took so long to get to this point, but you can see where it's going, and get the gauges in next, and it'll start looking nice. And then I just got to come back and take it out of the rack, out of the frame rack here and weld up this upper seam and clean up some of the welds and just a few little pinholes and stuff that I need to fill. But it's coming along and finally looking like what I had hoped. So again, thanks for watching this week. Like and subscribe. Check out AllisonCustomsOnline.com or AllisonCustoms.com now. Get it both places. And Facebook, Allison Customs on Facebook. So thanks again, and we'll get more on this. And so there's going to end up being one more episode where we're finishing it out, but you get to see it all. And I appreciate everybody watching, and hope you guys enjoy. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching Allison Customs Project Car TV. Like us on Facebook and check us out at AllisonCustomsOnline.com.